Hello, my dear students. Welcome you all to Sri Jain Rank Zone classes. I am your mentor and your friend for the subject biology, and I will be taking the zoology part, that is animal science. My dear students, this is the last lecture of human physiology chapter body fluids and circulation. And today we are going to discuss some important points, important facts, and some previous year questions we will practice for the same chapter. So starting with the coronary heart disease or coronary artery diseases, CAD. Coronary arteries undergoes atherosclerosis. As you know, they undergo atherosclerosis. The atheroma formation, it basically involves the deposition of calcium, fat, and fibrous tissue, which results in the narrowing of arterial lumen. The lumen of the coronary arteries, they are basically get accumulated with all these vegetative spots, and these vegetations includes dead cells, debris, saturated fats, platelet plugs. So because of this calcified vegetative vegetation which is deposited in the lumen of coronary arteries, it gets blocked. The moment lumen is blocked, the arteries won't be able to supply blood to the coronary walls, means the heart walls. So in the devoid of the oxygen and the blood to the walls of the heart, it undergoes necrosis, it undergoes degeneration, it undergoes fatigue. The moment it gets fatigue, arrhythmia happens in irregular cardiac cycle. Because of irregular cardiac cycle, the cardiac output disturbs, which can lead to disturbance in some other vital organ or may lead to some other effects. Flow of blood in the affected arteries is reduced because of this. The cardiac muscles supplied by the affected arteries will begin to deteriorate. There is thoracic pain, nausea, perspiration means sweating, and changes in the ECG. The defect can be treated through angioplasty, that is breaking of arterial blockage by balloon catheter, and by bypass surgery. So there are two modes of treatment. One is the intensive treatment, and the other one is, extensive treatment. The intensive treatment, it includes basically what the bypass surgery, which is a major surgery, or by angioplasty, which is breaking of the arterial blockage by balloon catheter. Next comes the second category is angina or angina pectoris. It is recurrent. It happens again and again. Spasmodic, suffocating, thoracic or heart pain. So basically angina pectoris is a heart pain which occurs at a particular frequency. The recurring frequency of the pain depends upon the percentage of blockage a particular artery is having, especially the coronary arteries. So it is recurrent, spasmodic and suffocating. Okay. Thoracic or heart pain which often radiates to left arm. It radiates to the triceps muscles of left arm. Angina is generally caused by deficient blood supply to the heart muscles. It is precipitated by excitement or strenuous physical activity. It can precipitate, mean it can happen because of overexcitement or strenuous physical activity. Angina pectoris can occur in all types of individuals, but men and women of any age. However, it is more common in middle age and elderly persons. It is more common in middle age and elderly persons. Okay. Reduced blood supply to myocardial muscles occurs either due to constriction or obstruction of blood vessels, as we have already discussed. The reduction in the volume of supply of the coronary walls also decreases the percentage saturation of oxygen in the blood. which may lead to different other effects. So, reduced blood supply to myocardial muscles occurs due to either constriction or obstruction of blood vessels. Heart failure. It is the inability of heart to supply blood in adequate quantities to all parts of the body. Heart failure is a syndrome of ventricular dysfunction. So failure basically occurs because of ventricular dysfunction. The person suffering from heart failure has reduced exercise capacity. Because of ventricular dysfunction, the cardiac output decreases, and the decrease in the cardiac output also decreases the oxygen saturation level of the blood. So it is an inability of heart to supply blood in adequate quantities to all parts of the body. Heart failure is a syndrome of ventricular dysfunction. The person suffering from heart failure has reduced exercise capacity. Health of different muscles of the body would also be affected. Heart failure should not be confused with heart attack. So, heart failure is different from heart attack. Heart attack is heart muscles damage due to inadequate blood supply. So, heart attack is the damage of heart muscles due to inadequate blood supply, and heart failure is that heart suddenly stops working. Okay, it suddenly stops working. Or cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest in which there is a stoppage of heartbeat. So, cardiac arrest is basically the stoppage of cardiac cycle. So, there are three terms: heart failure. Okay. Next condition is cardiomegaly, which is enlargement of heart or hypertrophy of the heart. Inflammation of heart is carditis. The enlargement of ventricles is physiological hypertrophy. Which is seen in walls of left ventricle. Cardiomyopathy, it is a non-inflammatory disease of heart muscle. Cardiomyopathy is a non-inflammatory disease of heart muscle. Ischemic heart disease, heart with degenerate or defective components due to rheumatic disorder or fever in the childhood. Ischemic heart disease is heart with degenerate or defective components due to rheumatic disorder or fever in childhood. Rheumatic heart disease, heart with degenerate or defective components due to rheumatic disorder or fever in the childhood. Embolus, mass of clotted blood, other formed elements, fragments, air, calcium coming from a larger blood vessel is forced into a smaller or narrow blood vessel, resulting in its blockage and hence obstruction of the blood circulation. This is known as what? Emboli. Okay. So thrombus and emboli, they are two different terms. Thrombus is the clot will remain in that artery, but emboli mean when it is freely flowing in the circulatory system. Okay, so that is emboli. Myocardial infarction, it is a complication due to reduced blood supply to heart wall, which comes up with pain, pallor, in whitening of skin because of loss of oxygen. Respiration means sweating, nausea, and ECG changes. Heartburn, pyrosis, sensation of burning occurring in waves in esophagus tending to rise upwards towards the neck, often with the reflex into mouth. It has nothing to do with heart. So heartburn or pyrosis may be due to reflux esophagitis. Varicose veins, unnatural permanently distended veins, especially saphenous vein. Hematoma. It is a localized collection of usually clotted blood in a tissue or organ due to injury and rupturing of blood vessel. Whenever there is an internal injury and the blood vessel get injured, the blood gets accumulated in a particular tissue. If it doesn't find a path to be expelled out, then it is known as what? Hematoma. Hematoma is also sometimes confused, or it is basically misreaded as a tumor, but it is not a tumor. It is just a blood filled space. Infection of lymph nodes. Lymphadenitis. During infection, central part of the follicle shows rapid division and formation of plasma cells occurs. Hence, this part is called reaction center. The inflammation of lymph nodes in such condition is known as what? Lymphadenitis. Lymphadenitis is inflammation of lymph nodes. Lymphatic system in class amphibia is open type. Lymph sinuses are absent in mammals, present in frog. Okay. The process of limb formation is called transduation. Okay. Some of the common lymph nodes are axillary lymph nodes in armpits, genital lymph nodes, inguinal lymph nodes in pubic region, cervical nodes in neck region, intercostal nodes in chest region, lumbar nodes in lumbar region, iliac nodes in pelvic region, pairs patches in small intestine. Besides these lymphatic nodes, number of them are also present in linear major blood vessels like arteries, especially dorsal aorta. Now, lymph nodes are maximum in armpits and groin region. Okay. Swelling of lymph nodes is known as what? Lymphadenopathy. Tonsils. They are the clusters of lymph nodes. They are very often called as policemen. Various tonsils are normal tonsils in pharynx, adenoid tonsils in nasopharynx, abdominal tonsils in vermiform appendix, policemen of intestine, lamina propria of ileum. Adenoid tonsils are present at 7 years of age, up to 7 years of age. Then they are degenerated adenoid tonsils. Their swelling is called adenoid. Okay. Inflammation of tonsils is called tonsillitis. So tonsils, they are cluster of lymph nodes. They are very often known as policemen. Various tonsils are normal tonsils in pharynx. Okay, adenoid tonsils in nasopharynx. adenoid tonsils and nasopharynx, abdominal tonsils, vermiform appendix, policemen of intestine, lamina propria of ileum. Adenoid tonsils are present up to 7 years of age. Then they are degenerated. Their swelling is called adenoid, or inflammation of tonsil is called tonsillitis. Now comes to Neet time, your favorite time. If the heart of mammal was injected with 2% calcium chloride solution, then injection of calcium chloride basically it leaches the sodium and potassium ions, so the heartbeat will stop. Auriculoventricular node in human heart was discovered by Lewis. Nature of valves in the heart is membranous. Involve the heart, the valves are membranous. Auriculoventricular node in humans was discovered by Lewis. Closed circulatory system is more effective than open type. The closed circulatory system considerably enhances the speed, precision, and efficiency of circulation. Assertion is also right, reason is also right, and reason is connected to assertion. Cardiac output rises during exercise. Yeah, it's right. Cardiac output helps in less oxygen consumption. It is wrong. So assertion is right, but reason is wrong. EEG is of immense diagnostic value in the cardiac diseases. It's wrong. It's not EEG. It should be ECG. Okay. Both A and R are wrong. An artificial pacemaker is implanted subcutaneously and connected to the heart in the patients having 90% blockage of the three main coronary arteries, having very high blood pressure with irregularity in heart rhythm in case of arrhythmias. Venous system of frog differs from the rabbit in the presence of amphibians. They have human portal system. Eustachian valve is of no significance in adult mammal. Is a vestigial organ, a vestige of spiral valve. The amount of blood supplied to brain per minute is 60. It is around 60 ml per 100 gram of tissue. In simple form, it comes to be 750 ml per minute. So this is all about the body fluids and circulation chapter. You will be starting with chemical coordination and integration in the next turn. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Stay safe. Stay healthy.